everybody here. This is meteorologist Mike Griffith for East Coast Weather Authority. It is still April 1st. It's about 10:30 p.m. here on the East Coast. Hope everybody had a happy Easter. And no, this is not an April Fool's edition. There will be no fooling around in this segment here because we got some serious stuff to talk about. Hope you all enjoyed your April Fool's pranks. And when you're a weather forecaster and you put out forecasts on the 1st of April, it's kind of difficult to get people to believe that you're 100% serious because everybody is on the defensive for April Fools. Let me show you what this satellite image is bringing to us here in the Northeast. This is a disturbance right now, bringing some moderate snow across Indiana, Indianapolis, across Ohio. This is going to be skating eastward here as we go into Monday. It's going to be a messy morning commute across Philly and Pennsylvania and down into parts of northern Maryland and into New York City. Not looking at a whole lot in the way of accumulations, probably around 1 to 3 inches or so. And then we can look at what's going to happen behind this storm system as it makes its exit. And we go into the beginning of next week. And then we're looking at yet another system that's going to barrel through behind this one. So this is the GFS, and there is our little miniature snowstorm. It's a small storm, nothing real big, but this was maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, before all this model data came out to the public. This might have been a surprise to some people. Wouldn't be expecting it. Anyway, there it is, 1 to 3 inches across southern Pennsylvania into Philly, and maybe even parts of New Jersey into New York, getting some lighter stuff there as well. That system is pretty much history, and here comes our next system, and it's going to be a little bit bigger of a storm, and it's going to swing a cold front all the way down to the Gulf Coast. This is on Wednesday, the 4th or so, and it looks like everything is going to be mainly rain, and there could be some thunderstorms associated with this cold front. The cold front is going to drape itself all the way from Pennsylvania down into the deep south right here. Looking at a batch of heavier rain here in western North Carolina. Could be some severe storms as this whole cold front is going to push eastward here as we go into Wednesday morning or so. And then there's some colder air going to be rushing in behind this, really, really cold air. This is going to be a cold high pressure system here on the 5th or so, and we're going to be looking at a lot chillier air behind this system. Could be some record lows set on Thursday this coming week. There comes another clipper system across the Northeast. They cannot catch a break with the snow up there. They could be seeing flakes again sometime later this week with the clipper system bringing more very light stuff through, maybe just a dusting or so, or just a couple of snow flurries. And then here comes another system out of the Ohio River Valley. Another possibility for some snow in the Northeast. This is around the 7th or so, which is going to be Saturday. This is next weekend. This is no joke. Mixed precipitation could make it into the mountains here of western Virginia. Not so high confidence on that. Severe storms possible in the plains, or in the deep south rather, and up into the Ohio River Valley as another secondary wave of low pressure develops. And we could be looking at some heavier rain as we go into next weekend for the south, mainly from North Carolina up into Virginia. And then everything that was snow and frozen kind of changes. It might change over. Details still a little bit too early for that. Could change over again into the 8th or so. Next weekend is looking like another potential springtime snowstorm. We're done with winter, but we're still getting a lot of northern track springtime snowstorms moving across the northern tier of the country. Here comes another wave of low pressure on the 10th or so, bringing some heavier rains, maybe severe storms to North Carolina and Virginia from the 10th into the 11th or so. That front stalls out, and then the rain season is going to start to pick up down there in Florida, even down into Miami, seeing some showers and maybe even a couple rumbles of thunder. Looking more like showery, rainy type of situation into the 11th or 12th or so. Finally, high pressure moves in. Here comes yet another snowstorm or a clipper system coming out of the Rockies. I'm sorry, is this supposed to be January or is this April? Looks like it's limited to northern New England. Doesn't look like much of a nuisance for Pennsylvania into the 13th and 14th or so. Rainy series of storms, low pressure. Looks like everything kind of changes over to rain, or everything is going to be rain after the 16th and 17th or so, the middle of the month. And that's pretty much as far out as our model goes. Let's take a look at the GEFS and what we can see as far as overall temperature anomalies here. That's all the way at the end of the run here. I'm going to bring it back to the beginning. We're going to get it up here in the April 1st. Here comes a very shot of cold air behind that snowstorm that's going to happen in the Northeast on Monday. So the cold air is loading up there across the plains, and we're looking like it's still going to be a little bit seasonable here across the Carolinas and Georgia down into Florida. Maybe a tad on the warm side, on the positive anomaly side, like maybe no more than 5 degrees above normal as we go into Monday here. But then look at all this cold that's loading up here in the northern plains and up into Canada into the 3rd or so. So we're going to remain warm. We're going to warm up as we go into Tuesday of this week, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday. Here comes a powerful cold front. Right here is the temperature contrast, and this could touch off some severe thunderstorms as the colder air rushes in behind this front here from the Canada and the plains. So we could have some severe stuff to deal with, especially in the eastern part of the United States this coming Wednesday. Remember, we heard that there are going to be severe storms this week. Very cold air moves in to the 4th and 5th. Thursday this coming week. Thursday morning looking very chilly across the eastern part of the United States and the northern plains. Still going to be very, very chilly and cold up there across the Dakotas, Minnesota, all the way up into the Canadian prairies into Friday. And even this Saturday, Thursday through Friday, looking cold across the northern half of the country, probably into the southeast as well. Here in the Carolinas, this is just an average of a bunch of ensembles, but I bet you the cold air drains all the way down into like probably even as far as northern Florida, Georgia, and south of North Carolina being the coldest, and Virginia being even colder as you go farther north, which is expected. Still, no spring temperatures to be found across much of the eastern half of the United States into the 7th of April, which is Saturday and Sunday, and still looking very cold into the 8th, into the 9th, into maybe the 10th or so, but it looks like we start to warm up again into the 10th. The 10th could be our cutoff for some more warm temperatures across the southeast, including the deep south. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida, things start to warm up down there into the 10th or so. And there comes some more cold air out there loading in on the 11th or so. And it looks like it tries to push in and tries to throw another cold front here over the southeast or the eastern United States. I'm not sure if it's going to be severe weather this time, but I mean, there could be some activity here ahead of it, which could be some showers and thunderstorms and maybe even windy conditions behind it. And we're looking into the 11th or so. Still cold in the 11th, 12th again, and then it just remains cold pretty much through the 13th, 14th, into the 15th or so, into the middle of this month. It doesn't look like it's going to be too warm here in the United States for most of us into at least probably the mid and maybe even into the 20th of this month. It's just looking cold overall here. It's not looking like it's going to be an early spring as far as temperatures are concerned here for much of us as we go into the 17th or so of the month. That's all I have for you right now. I'll have some more in-depth videos on the longer range. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and please hit subscribe at the bottom of the video here in the description, or the button right below this video, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so we can get enough subscribers to help support us. And make sure you watch other videos on our channel too if you have extra time. Thanks a lot for watching this, and stay tuned. I will be posting many more of these. I'm East Coast Weather Association meteorologist Mike Griffith. Have a good one, everybody.